It's Reija and welcome to another video. This is the second episode on my collaborative series on library appreciation. This is a collaboration between myself and many marvelous booktubers, all of whom are linked down in the description. So after you finish watching this video, please be sure to give them some love. This second episode on library love is all about what is the best thing about libraries. Once again, I will have my collaborators talk about their experiences first, and then I will close out the video. I hope you enjoy.
I think the best thing about libraries is that, one, you can find a community of people that like the same things that you do. Two, it's a very peaceful place where you can just go to escape any problems that you might have, and it's just a place for you to just read and enjoy your time in silence and in quiet with things that you love, which is reading. And I also think that libraries serve a really good purpose for the community, because a lot of people who don't have the resources to have internet or printers or books, that just don't have the same resources you have, can take a lot of advantage of the library, and it has helped a lot of communities. It has helped a lot of people find jobs. It has helped people get more educated and learn new things that they couldn't learn if they, because they don't have the resources to pay for classes and things like that. And the library offers all of that. Plus, you can get books for free. You can just tell them what book you want and order it, and it's great.
Hi guys, I'm Anita and you can find me on Anita Reads. My favorite thing about using libraries is obviously it's free. It's economically, if you don't have the money to go and purchase your own books, the libraries are great for that. You can go to the libraries, find a selection of books in all types of genres, and it's a good way to explore genres as well that you're uncertain about. And those are my favorite things about libraries. And there's also just something comforting about going to a library. And yeah, so that is my answer.
Hi, I'm Lucie and my channel is Lucie Reads. The best thing about libraries is that they're free. I'm sure a lot of people in this collab will mention it, but libraries are free, which I think is the best thing, especially nowadays, because libraries let you read books for free, listen to books for free, take out books on your Kindle or whatever for free, and not just books. A lot of libraries now have services for people who might be down on their luck or things like that. They provide job counseling and things like that. I know near my parents' house, the library's there. They teach English or find classes for people who don't know English yet. And they provide all these things for free. Yeah, we pay for it with our taxes, but a lot of things we pay for with our taxes and then we don't see anything from them. Libraries provide so many services for nothing back.
Well, the best thing about libraries is that it enables people to read books for free or for a small membership fee without having to own the books, but it's also a safe and comfortable place where you can sit and read for hours without having to spend any money. And what's more, libraries often play an important role in the local community because some of them offer various events, workshops, or lectures that are free of charge or inexpensive to attend.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. My channel is called The Fancy Hat Lady Reads. I am wearing one of my fancy booktube hats, and I feel like a lot of other people are going to say this, so this might be repetitive, but it's pretty obvious to me that one of the best things, if not the best thing about public libraries is that they are a public resource. The fact that a public library building is one of the few places in our society where it is totally cool to hang out and take full advantage of everything that library has to offer without needing to pay an admissions fee or feeling the pressure to buy anything while you're there. The fact that as a society we've decided that it's important to us that these resources be available to everyone.
The best thing about libraries is definitely the people that work there. The librarians, the library assistants, everyone is just great. As a kid growing up, the library that I used the most frequently had some incredible librarians. They really made an effort to get to know everybody, to get to know people's interests in books. And they would often comment on the books you were checking out, saying things like, I really liked this book, have you seen the movie adaptation of this book? And as a kid, that just made me feel really special, knowing that an adult liked the same books that I was taking out, and that it made me feel kind of grown up, And I really appreciate that.
The best thing about libraries is many things, but for me personally, when I was younger, childhood and teenage years, we didn't always have internet at home, and we didn't always have a ton of money to go buy books. So the library was just a safe resource for me. It was a place where I could go do homework. It was a place I could use the internet. It was a place I could get books and be exposed to new ideas. It was just a common space with so many resources that helped me personally immensely, and are one of the reasons why I was able to go to college, because I was able to do schoolwork at the library and I was able to learn things on the computer and get exposed to all kinds of new ideas, and it's what led me on the path to eventually going to school and eventually, you know, becoming the person that I am today.
I think the really cool thing about libraries is that there's so many books available for free that you can get without having to spend so much money. A lot of people complain that books are really expensive, they're $10 to $20 a piece, but when you go to the library, which is free, it's open to the public, they're just there for you. You can pick them up there if they're in stock. If they're not, you can always put a hold for them. They're a great way to give people who wouldn't otherwise have access to these materials to read these books.
Hi, I'm Chelsea from the Reading Outlaw, and I think the best things about libraries are the open and available access to all sorts of information and resources. I am a firm believer that literacy and access to literacy is the first step in opening people's minds and hearts and motivating towards change in all capacities. And so I think that libraries provide a key vital community role for being able to do that. The access to information, to community resources, things like job applications, and even just to entertainment and a place to go and relax and feel safe and supported in your community can't be overestimated. And so I think that the best thing about libraries is that they provide a platform to do that from.
The best thing about libraries are the librarians. And I know it sounds strange, but a librarian can either make it or break it for people. A great experience with a librarian will make people love the library, and they are also the library's greatest tool. Librarians go to university for many years. A lot of them have PhDs in rare book libraries or specialized libraries, and no matter how many resources a library will have, they're kind of useless if you don't have someone to kind of guide you through them or tell you that they exist or lead you to the right source at the right time. So I would say that the best things about libraries are the librarians.
For me, the best thing about libraries is definitely the people and the community. Every time I go to the library, I see people of all ages, all social statuses, everything. I can see every single facet of society represented in the library every time I go visit, and it makes me incredibly happy. It makes me happy that the library system is making it possible for people from all various different backgrounds to have equal opportunities and resources to work on projects, to borrow books, to gather knowledge, to borrow study guides, to have tutoring sessions, and in some cases, like in my local library, actually rent out or put a hold on band rooms so they can practice together. And there are different kinds of interviews with various authors and library workers and politicians. I just find it fascinating, and I love how much there is to libraries. Not just borrowing books and having a huge book collection, but all those other aspects are what makes libraries so much fun for me. And there you have it. Thanks for tuning in on the second episode of this collaborative series on library love and appreciation. I hope you give all the love to my marvelous collaborators, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye!